Okay, yeah. Mexican Barboza, has questionable fucking chin.
You know, but at the same time, he's got devastating leg kicks.
Devastating leg kicks.
I'm sorry, devastating head kicks as well. So,
Yep.
so I think that's a cool fight to see because it's like if you're gonna bring this guy in, bring him in against somebody that he could win against. Yeah. Don't bring him in against somebody that he's so questionable against. You know what I mean?
And
where you just don't know.
If he's got problems with the fucking kicking of Edson Barboza, if Edson Barboza decides to attack his knee, and if fucking Eddie Alvarez hasn't fucking figured out how to check the knees and shit, then Eddie Alvarez, hey, bro, if you're not going to adapt and overcome, then you're in the wrong place.
Yeah. And there's another fighter, too, I'd like to go ahead and say, hey, fuck it, man. Being that he lost to Cerrone, why don't you give him a Darren Cruikshank? 15-5 versus, 25-6? We're talking about records here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk about records.
Eddie Alvarez is going to stand up and fucking bang with a Cruikshank. I would love to see it.
Why not, dude? I mean, that's
that shit.
To me, that's gigantic in my opinion. Eddie Alvarez at this point right now is 25-4. I mean, that's fucking huge, dude. He's lost to very little people, and one of them losses is Donald Cerrone, man. So give this guy, knock him down the ladder a little bit more. And let's give him a, like I said, man, let's give him, a Cruikshank, maybe a Dunham. You know what I mean? You might be able to take him down, submit him, or something like that. You got guys like Eve Edwards, 15-1, or no, excuse me, 42-21. Give me Eve Edwards. Eve Edwards. I'd love to see him fight Eve Edwards. See what he's really made of. Eve Edwards is a very tough dude. Not the greatest specimen at this point right now because he's not had the easiest time, but, he's still a vet and would be a good opponent for Eddie Alvarez, still new in the UFC. So, I mean, Tony Ferguson, 17-3. Personally, Eddie Alvarez will fucking mangle at Tony Ferguson. I'm sorry, but I like Tony Ferguson, don't get me wrong. I've been wrong about the guy. The guy's recently done really well, but I think Eddie Alvarez would fucking mangle this dude. But yeah, give him a Takanori Gomi. Takanori Gomi, 35-10.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of
getting his block knocked off
with the fucking 114 people in the 155-pound division.
Start making some shit happen, dude, because the people that are fucking below 30 are just there to be there.
There's 90 different matches you can make up. I mean, for Eddie Alvarez, Buck, there's so many matches you can make up right now. I mean,
the Rock.
Quit fart-assing around.
Laughable. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. What'd you say?
No, I said the division's laughable just for this. If you do the math and you see the guys that are like below 30 or maybe even 40 and below, these guys don't have a fucking chance. You got to go on like a 10-0 win streak, dude. Seriously. If you're anything below that and you get a fucking loss, that's going to hurt your shit, dude.
Well, true, true, but it all just depends where they're from, too. What they've been through before they get into UFC.
Yep.
Because,
Well, no, I'm talking about their UFC. If you're in that lower tier, it's going to take you years.
Oh, right.
Badass record to say, hey, man, this guy's fucking 10-0 in his last fucking 3 years of being in the UFC, a division that has over 100 fighters. Right. We got to give this guy a look.
Yeah. Jeez, man, Dominic Cruz, fucking 20-1.
Yeah, he's sick, man. You're like, okay, yeah, it's quality. You look at his quality of opponent, it speaks for itself. It's like the guy's. He's fucking phenomenal, dude. And yeah. Mighty Mouse is fucking, like I said, on notice. He's on notice right now.
Fucking
because
nuts.
Casario coming into this one, bro. Hats off, bro. You're coming into Mighty Mouse, but as this fight went on, it was very evident that you were overpowered, outquicked, and
just outclassed, man.
Yeah, and once he got you on the ground, dude, he was all over, fucking flipping around, fucking getting positions, fucking getting in half guard, fucking just doing crazy shit, dude. And Cariaso, hey, dude was in survival mode, bro. So
He looks tough, and he's a strong dude. Whatever, he's good. You could tell his technique's good. It's just he needs to bump it up another level because there's no way he's going to ever beat a Demetrius Johnson at where he's at right now. He needs to go next level, whether it be getting into another training camp or just rethinking his whole game. Chris Cariaso, Cariaso looked fucking great in my opinion, but it's just a day late and a dollar. I shouldn't even say a day late and a dollar short. He was just typical UFC. Bringing you up way too fast. That's just what it is, man. I mean,
well, these guys, when you see them dancing around in here, man, they look like fucking ripped third graders, busting it up in there. You got Herb Dean standing next to him. Yeah. Herb Dean standing next to him, just towering over these two guys. It's like, but all jokes aside, we're talking about Mighty Mouse, who, this guy is just fucking crazy ass quick, man. He's crazy ass quick, and Cariaso, when he got him down to the ground, dude, he had his way with him. And the power was evident, the strength, the speed. Mighty Mouse, badass. Grabbing him, one leg grab, takedowns, fucking throwing him down to the ground, dude. Fucking, like I said, just working constantly like a rabbit that's fucking with one hell of a fucking metabolism, dude. This guy probably eats 30 to 40 meals a day, dude. Like little mini meals.
Yeah.
Just to keep his fucking metabolism up. It's nonstop. People say, well, yeah, you're not going to get the power here in the flyweight and this, yeah, but you're going to get the fucking speed, and it's going to be faster than any other division, and it's entertaining in itself, in my opinion, because it's just nonstop. There's no let's take a break, rest up. No, it's these guys are going full blown at it, and props to Demetrius Johnson. He's held that fucking belt, and the only competition I see is maybe a John Dodson, who, as we've seen recently, have some knockout power, or a Dominic Cruz, who has put the world on notice that he is back.
It's the top three right there, in my opinion, man. The top three. Those guys are going to be babbling and battling for those positions, man, for that belt. Chris Cariaso, man, valiant effort, man. UFC pushed you up way too fast and brought you into this title shot just because they figured, hey, you know what? Demetrius Johnson needs a fight, so why don't we give him you? No disrespecting on Chris, but it's like, dude, you were brought up way too fast.
He's beat everybody else, too, It's like, fuck.
Yeah, not taking nothing away from Chris, man. Chris has done really well. But Demetrius Johnson, I mean, he's been in there with the best of the best, and it's just what it is, man. But you know what? He does have a loss to Dominic Cruz. So Dominic Cruz came back in top fashion and looked great doing so in a guy that people expected him to beat. So
sounds like we might have a pay-per-view headliner fucking coming up on our hands, bro.
I think it's pretty damn soon, man. It should be, because Demetrius Johnson is the only guy that Dominic Cruz beat Demetrius Johnson. So what does this say right here? This guy's been out a long time due to injuries, surgeries. He's been sidelined by so many different reasons. He come back, looked great against a Mizugaki, which is a well-known opponent, but not on the same level as a Cruz. So, easily, Rust doesn't hurt a Dominic Cruz, man. Dominic Cruz came back from longer layoffs. Not longer layoffs, but he came up from layoffs before and looked great as well. And he burped at the same time in between. No, I'm sorry, that was Clay Guida. But Dominic Cruz, Dominic Cruz has had long layoffs before, and he's still come back and looked just as good. So I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. We're going to see a Demetrius Johnson, Dominic Cruz. We're going to see it. It's going to happen very soon. If Dominic Cruz doesn't get a shot off this fight, one more fight he will get it. Because there's no damn reason why he shouldn't, because there's nobody else in that division to give Johnson a problem.
I would like to see a fucking John Dodson and a fucking Dominic Cruz. That would be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, for the title shot, man. Badass. I love it, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that would just be sick, dude. And you could even put it, dude. It could be a co-main event, dude. It'd be that good, you know.
I'm almost thinking, you know what? John Dodson has looked so good that maybe give Demetrius maybe give Dominic Cruz a little, maybe another prep fight, whatever you call it, man. What do you call those? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A fight to get you back up to speed.
All right.
Maybe another one of those, and then do a fucking John Dodson fucking.
Yeah, get the warm up fight in there.
Exactly, warm up. Exactly what I'm looking for. Give him another warm up fight. Give him a Dodson because Dodson, for fuck's sake, is number 2. If he's not number 3.
I'm saying. It's like fucking,
Dodson's fucking giant right now in this division.
Yeah,
so.
He's knocking motherfuckers out, and he wants that third fight. I think it's the third. It would be the third fight with fucking Mighty Mouse, if I'm not mistaken. But I think just the way the UFC is, they would want to prolong that.
Yeah.
And not do the third. So
fucking sell it, baby. Sell it.
A Dominic Cruz, Dodson. We're calling it right the fuck now, people.
I think you're right on, dude.
We're calling it right now. Okay, it's on, bro. It's on. It just hasn't been announced. So because the reason I'm basing this off of is because of UFC's not wanting to do the three-peat thing and just waiting,
Right.
Because once the three-peat, as soon as the three-peat's done, it's people talking about a four-peat and shit. So you'll want to fucking wait. I'm saying, it will be like a build-up, bro, really. Dominic Cruz being the number one contender. What's that?
Gigantic build-up. No, you're right, man. You're right.
Yeah, and it's just, I'm saying, whoever fought, even if it was Dodson that fought, the build-up, it would be a fucking crescendo pitch, and I think it would be in their best interest. So right now, I am calling a Dominic Cruz versus John Dodson for the belt, opportunity contenders match for the belt.
Dude, that would be fucking sick as hell. Even though I wouldn't even be upset if they said, you know what, we'll give Dominic Cruz another fucking warm-up fight because he's been out for this long. But where do you put a Mizugaki and all that? Pretty fucking low, in my opinion. So they brought him up in a pretty low match. They expected him to win. Yeah, everybody expected him to win. So let's get him another threat. And if he wins that, then we do the Dodson, Cruz fight.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
or
I don't know how much
they might push him right into it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I just think because he was before he got injured. His status before he got injured, factoring that in. Maybe doing this warm-up and then doing the contenders match. And then, because fucking dude.
Which is actually kind of generous, really.
Yeah, it's real generous. But all I'm saying is just basically respecting the status he had before his injury. That's all I'm saying. Maybe,
Yeah, and still respecting John Dodson.
Yes.
Even though John Dodson's coming off a loss from Demetrius, but it was still such a close fight, and it was a good fight, but still, you could tell Demetrius won that fight. There was no second guessing it. But I would say, man, it's a perfect time, man. Cruz versus fucking Dodson. Excuse me, man. I think you're right on, dude. That probably will be the next fight set up, dude. I think you're right on with that, dude. But we've been in here a long time, man. So cap it off, brother.
Let's get fast.
And a God beer.